UFC Vegas 11, the card we all have been waiting for months. At least personally, I have, with this main event, Covington and Woodley. Super excited for this fight and the card overall, especially the main card. Very, very heavy, top heavy card, obviously with the main event and just this whole main card in general. You know, this could be like a bad pay-per-view if you want to say. Definitely the best fight night I've seen for a while. So can't wait for this. Don't miss this one, guys. Last week we missed out on the best Lee by decision. Super close fight. She lost that because of that last takedown. That last takedown by Modafferi, that was the slight advantage she had. She was able to get that last takedown at the end. Lee was piecing her up on the feet. Much better striker, but that takedown lost her the fight, unfortunately. So, I just got to stop betting these women's fight as much as possible. I really did think Lee had the advantage, or everything was going for her. She couldn't lose this fight because it would have been 3 in a row. She wanted the revenge factor against her. I think she was the better fighter. She just didn't pull it off. So, yeah, we did lose that one there. And then, obviously, the parlay. I don't even want to talk about that. They should refund everyone for that. Mike Rodriguez won that fight, and he got robbed. But it shit happens. It's fighting. That referee shouldn't be fighting anymore. The knee wasn't even close. It wasn't even close to, his balls or cup area. I don't know what he's seen. They need replay. They need to be able to look at it right after and say, you know what? No. Let's go at least back to that position, or it's a TKO, because it would have been a TKO, right? He went down, he was holding himself, Rodriguez came over and started hitting him. So they got to do something with that. They got to get into the replays. They have to make everything, because referees take shit all the time. Referees, judges, fix it. Get to replays. It's very simple. Let's look at the updated record. Updated record here: 41-15. 41-15, guys. That's 73% year to date. All plays plus 36.2 units. We almost got to that 40 units, but with the last week, we're dropping a bit here. I'm going to try to get to 40 units in the next couple of weeks. Let's hope. We do have a lot of plays on this card. As of right now, I don't have a best bet for subscribers, but you'll be getting all my plays either way sent out. And I may have a best bet after weigh-ins, right? I am actually videotaping this on Thursday before the weigh-ins, but anything after the weigh-ins that I see will be sent out to subscribers on Friday night or Saturday. Just any best bets, personal plays on all sports, guys. Check out systemsportscapping.com or email me at systemsportscapping@gmail.com for more information on that. Let's get right into the main event, guys. Right into the main event. Covington minus 350 versus Woodley. High number. I can't wait for this one. It's much anticipated fight that we've all been waiting for. This line, I think, is where it should be at. Maybe minus 300, just I think because of Woodley, how hyped up he is for this fight and how long this was supposed to be. I just think Woodley he's going to be in top shape for this. Definitely ready for this one. The last thing Woodley wants to do in the world, guys, is to lose to Colby Covington. I think anybody, to be honest, to lose to Colby Covington after all the shit talk over all the years. This has been going on for years, right? This isn't a fight I personally think you would want to bet straight up minus 350, right? Unless you think Woodley can pull it off, because you're getting some good value at plus 240, right? But the only way I think Woodley wins this fight is by finish, right? He has to get a TKO early. I don't think he can win by decision versus Colby. Woodley could possibly catch Covington, right, with a few power shots, drop him. However, Covington showed how tough he is in that Usman fight. Broken jaw he's fighting. I don't think it was actually broken, but it was definitely damaged. He stood up. He stayed. He obviously dropped, but he got right up in Usman after that TKO. He was upset that they stopped the fight. He's tough. I don't think Woodley at the point of his career right now could knock out Covington. That's my opinion, right? And I don't think Woodley could win by decision. I definitely don't think he could win by decision. So the only path to victory for Woodley is by finish. And I just don't see it at this point of his career, guys. Right? Woodley is obviously the older guy here at the end of his career. I would have loved to see this fight 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, right? How focused is Woodley on the... I think he's going to be very focused in any other fight before, right? I think the Burns fight, I don't think he was really. You can see him getting dominated there. He got dominated the past 10 rounds of his fight. So the only way I can look here is Covington, and it's by decision. Covington doesn't knock out guys. Now, could Covington wear Woodley to the 5th round and get a finish? Yes, but the odds are low. So if you're going to look at value here, you're going to look at Covington minus 138. Covington minus 138 by decision. Woodley doesn't get finished often. And in this type of fight, I can't see Woodley getting finished. So Covington by decision, minus 138. We should get 5 rounds here. Next fight, Price, minus 153 versus Cerrone. This should be a fun one, guys. I just don't see it lasting long. I don't see it going the distance. I think get out of the first round, but I don't see it going too much further than that. If it does, I'm excited. It should be a fun one, stand and bang type of fight, since both guys love to do so. It's tough to see Cerrone fighting this late in his career, though, guys. He's lost 4 in a row, but it is against top competition. And, this is a big step down compared to those guys that Cerrone has been fighting. That's one little advantage here, and that's why I can't go all in on Price and get up to the best bet level, just because of that, just because who he's been fighting and the level of competition. He does have a chance to look good versus Price, I think, as well, Cerrone, right? However, Price will be the bigger guy here with the KO power, and this could be a big name on his resume for Price, right? This fight is at 170, which benefits Price, in my opinion. How much has Cerrone been training for this fight? The new baby. He's super busy with his ranch and his ranch show, etc. If you haven't watched it, pretty cool. Watch it, guys. He has like a show from his ranch. It's pretty cool. Seems like he just wants to take fights, right? He just wants to fight, get in there, get his check, and leave. I can't go in all on Nico just because he hasn't shown me enough, but I am leaning with Nico here, and it is going to be by KO with the better price at minus 110. So I don't see this fight going the distance. So what do you do when you don't see that? You take Nico by KO instead of avoiding that big price. Obviously, fight go the distance, you pay for minus 334. I don't suggest that. So we're going to be on Nico here, minus 110 by KO. Not a strong play for me. It'd be like a 0.5 unit play, but yeah, that's what I'm looking here. Kamzat, here he's back, guys. Kamzat, they booked him another fight against Mai in a few weeks. No love for Mearshart, no love for Gerald here. He should be pissed. He should come into this fight pissed off that the UFC did this to him, booking a Damian Maia fight in a few weeks. This one's a step up for Kamzat, right? Fighting a veteran with over 40 fights. I think it's 44, and who can grapple and has tons of subs in his career. Kamzat, I don't think will be able to do the same thing he did in the first 2 fights. We may see some striking finally from Kamzat, which will be interesting to see. Gerald, he's a good size for this division, and he will be the bigger guy in there. So it's hard to see Kamzat finishing this fight so quickly like the first 2 fights where he fought nobodies who had 0 ground game. I'm not saying Gerald's the best, but he's great with submissions. Off his back, he can pull off submissions. So I think this gets... what my play is going to be here, guys? I think it gets out of the first round. I'm going to take over 1.5 for the hell of it. Not a strong play, so I'll take the chance here on over 1.5 rounds, and you can get that at even money, right? Gerald has too much experience to just let Kamzat do what he did to the other 2 guys. Bring him to the corner and smash him. I don't see it happening so quickly. Yes, it could happen throughout the fight. I just don't see it happening in the first round so quickly and ending it there. And I don't see Kamzat finishing him with a knockout punch. I haven't seen any finishes from Kamzat on the feet. So if he does If he does it again, and I'm just gonna shake my head, move on, and say, Kamzat the real deal. I do think Kamzat the real deal. I do think Kamzat wins this fight. If you're gonna look at anyway, you play the 188 for Kamzat to finish. But yeah, I'm gonna look at the over 1.5 rounds. And if you want to put Kamzat to finish minus 188 in a parlay, I wouldn't blame you. Johnny Walker, guys. Johnny Walker is back versus Ryan Spann. Tough fight to call. Minus 125 for Walker. It's a close fight. I'm not involved in it. But, Walker, he's just a wild card. You never know what you're going to get from him. Similar to Pereira. He looks the part, of course. Super athletic. He's explosive. Ryan Spann, he's a tough guy. Can strike. It's tough to back him after seeing that LV fight where he didn't look great. Walker will be the bigger guy in there. I think his wild style and explosiveness should show in this fight. I'll lean Walker on the side here. It's not a strong play, but I do lean Walker. I don't see this going the distance. That's one thing I definitely don't see, but you got to pay just like the Covington. Sorry, not the Covington fight. The prior fight, the Cerrone fight. Same price, minus 334. Or the under 2.5 rounds, minus 225. So I don't suggest that. Just because there's no value there. So it's not a fight I'm going to be involved in, guys. I do think Walker gets, yes, but, Spann could knock him out. We've seen both guys have weak chins. I don't like betting on a fight that both guys have weak chins and both guys get knocked out. So we're staying away from this one, but it should be a fun one. Next fight here, Holland, minus 250 versus Stewart. Yeah, I do like Holland in this fight. He is the more talented guy, I personally think. It just smells like a trap. I think this one could be a trap here. Recently, obviously Holland's been active. He's been in there taking any fights. He's looked good. I was watching an interview with him this week, and he said he thought he was fighting Darren Till. And he got excited, and he called his family member saying he finally got a big fight. And then he was upset that it was Darren Stewart. So how focused is he? He could be taking this fight lightly. And you don't want to take this fight lightly against Stewart. A lot of experience. He's been around. He does have a little bit of a submission game. He can stand and bag. Seems pretty tough. It's hard to call, definitely, from an outcome standpoint. Is this going to go to the distance? Is it going to be a knockout? Very tough to call here. So I don't think Stewart could be finished easily as well. There could be a submission in this fight, but if anything, I would lean Holland. You want to put in a fight parlay. Definitely not my favorite fight on the card. Should be a fun one to watch though. But I think Holland does get it done. I think he's the better guy all around. So I do lean Holland. Outcome, no idea. So it would be the lean with 250 and suggest. Next fight here, Durham minus 170 over Marcos. This is a step up for Durham, but nothing too much here for Marcos. Marcos has fought everyone. She's fought, obviously, bad record, below 500 record. I think 6-7 in the UFC, 10-9 overall. But she's fought some tough ladies compared to Durham. So it seems that the UFC has big plans for Durham. They're trying to build her up slowly. She probably has the best maybe jiu-jitsu in the division or in the women's game, period. And maybe the whole I think it's the whole women's UFC. She probably has the best jiu-jitsu. And, her stand-up is improving. Marco's best skill, I think, is her grappling, which Durham loves to do. So that's why I like Durham here. It's not an investment because it is a ladies' fight, and I'm going to try to avoid to be betting these ladies' fight. You don't know what's going to happen. One ground game, one submission could come out of nowhere. But yes, I'll lean Durham here just because I do think they're trying to build her up. I do think I've watched an interview this week where they're saying that it's the best training camp she's ever had. I think Durham gets it done here. How? Not too sure. I think it could go 3. Marcos is tough, but it's not a fight that I'm going to be involved in from a betting standpoint as of right now. I'll leave you guys here with a couple other fights. It's not a strong play, but I like Dvorak here, minus 110 over Espinoza. It should be a fun one. I think Dvorak has the edge. And obviously the best nickname, I think, in the UFC, The Undertaker. This guy's tough. He can knock you out. Very good striker. Can defend takedowns, what I think Espinoza may look for. He may look for the takedown. The one thing I like here, Dvorak doesn't know what losing is. He hasn't lost a fight since 2012, guys. Yes, this may be one of the better guys he fights, but I think he gets it done here. You know, obviously the 2012 is not from UFC. He's fought outside of the UFC. He's fought all around the world, but I think he gets this done. It's even money. You're getting good price, 110. I think he's a better fighter watching both these guys fight tapes over the past week. So yeah, Dvorak, some value there, minus 110. It's going to be my value bet, minus 110 Dvorak. 2-fight parlay, guys, 2-fight parlay. We are going to go with Uel minus 220 over Rivera. Why? Huge reach advantage here for Uel, and that should win him this fight. Jab and move is his path to victory. Rivera's also, he's a striker as well. You know, however, hasn't faced a reach advantage like this, and this is why I think will bother him in this one. Rivera doesn't wrestle. You know, if Rivera was a really good wrestler and could grapple, I may be a little worried here. But he's a striker as well, so I don't see him having an advantage in the wrestling game. I think the 220 is a little rich, so I wouldn't straight it. So that's why I'm going to put in a 2-fight parlay. But what you want to look at here, it's going to be another value bet. More bets, guys, here. Lots of bets for you guys here this week. So hope you guys are writing this down and taking these plays here. It's value here would be a Uel by decision. He doesn't knock out guys. He's a jab and move. He doesn't punch hard. Could he pull off a submission maybe after a lot of punches? Maybe, yes. But the value here is Uel by decision, minus 120. His fighting style is just limited. And he doesn't knock guys out. So take a look at that as well. Second part of the parlay here, I'm going to take TJ Lamera by just a win. TJ Lamera minus 300. I like this guy. You probably seen him in the Contender Series about a month ago. I don't know if you guys seen that or not. I think he just has the grappling advantage here, and I think he can pull off a submission. Minner, we know him. He's been in a lot of fights, a lot more experience than Lemire, but I just think this is a good matchup for DJ, similar to who he beat in the Contender Series there. And obviously there is some value, I think, with the minus 120. Minus 120 on to finish Lamera, but we're going to put him in the parlay. So you can get minus 300. You know, I'm going to go with a finish here just because he's just going to be the better guy in the UFC. I think he's going to have a good career, and he's a tough guy. And we are going to get that at. Let me just go over the parlay here and see what we get that at. Just bear with me, guys. Do. Yeah, so you're going to get that around even money, minus 105. So TJ and Uel to win the fights. We're going to parlay, get that at even money. And then, like I said, guys, you want to look at Uel. The value here would be by decision, minus 120, and a Lamero by finish, minus 120. All right, guys, that does it for the video. Lots of free plays this week. If I do have a best bet, I will be sending to my subscribers. I'll also be sending all this in detail as well to you guys. Like I said, guys, take a look at my website, systemsportscapping.com. Feel free to reach out to me by email, systemsportscapping@gmail.com. I'll answer any of your questions. All right, guys, like I always say, bet smart and know your limits. Enjoy the fights this weekend. It's a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.